Hello, everyone. And from all of us at the Wyoming Dinosaur Center, a very happy holiday season. Probably should have ended with that. Welcome to Fossil Friday. I'm Andrew at the Wyoming Dinosaur Center, and today we're not going to be talking about one fossil we have in our collection. We're going to be talking about two, or technically one we have and one we don't. It's a little confusing, but I'll get through there. As we know, one of the staples of the holiday season is, of course, the Christmas tree, and that's got me wondering, what would a Jurassic Christmas tree look like? How would dinosaurs have celebrated Christmas back in the day? Obviously they didn't, but let's entertain this thought experiment. So here we have our Dinosaur Center Christmas tree. Very nice, lots of bulbs and tinsel, how evergreen thy branches, you get the whole idea. So when we have displays in our museum, one of the things that a lot of people point out is we don't have a lot when it comes to fossil plants. Is that because we just don't collect fossil plants? Do we not find fossil plants? And that's not true. We find lots of fossil plants. There's only one problem with that. And actually, I've got that waiting for me under the tree. So when we tend to find fossil plants in our site, it comes in a form that we call lignite, which is basically low-grade coal. And, well, if it's in a baggie like this, you already know that's not a good sign. But typically, it's lots of pieces, just not a lot going on there. It doesn't preserve very well, so once we find it, it immediately crumbles. There's not a lot we can do with it in terms of display, and really not much more we can do in terms of research. Plant fossils just don't preserve that well. But what do plant fossils tell us? Well, we're digging in a Jurassic environment 150 million years ago, and what we find are mainly parts of conifer trees. Conifers are a very old type of tree, very old, and they have these wonderful needles and everything like that. But one thing that conifer trees don't have is fruit, because the fruiting plants, the angiosperms, plants like flowers, all the fruits, the delicious fruits that we all know and love during the holiday season, those didn't appear until the Cretaceous period at the very earliest, as far as we can tell of the fossil record. So if we were going to decorate a Jurassic Christmas tree, well, we'd want to get rid of the bulbs, because those are kind of evocative of fruit, very fruit-like shape, and certainly not as much color, because fruits and flowers are very colorful, but there's no evidence to suggest that conifer trees had changed their appearance since now and then in terms of color. I don't think we'd find any blue or red or fluorescent orange conifer trees back in the day. And the tinsel? So we're looking at a very green tree overall, kind of boring for lack of a better term. But granted, this is boring to our eyes. But would it be boring for a dinosaur's eyes? Well, not necessarily, which brings me to the other fossil that we have for today. This is the dentary, part of the jaw of a diplodocus from one of our sites. And if you look really carefully on the inside, you can not only see this ridge right there, but you can see little bits of the peg-like teeth sticking out. Now, those teeth weren't exposed when the animal was alive. Those are teeth that would have grown in to replace other ones, and this guy met his untimely demise before that could happen. So instead, we'll visualize with our skull. So here's a plant eater skull, and notice once again, these peg-like teeth. They don't look very strong, nor should they, because they wouldn't have been. But these peg-like teeth, as we discussed in an earlier episode about dinosaur feeding habits, these teeth would be perfect for grabbing conifer branches and raking the nice needles back, and that's what they would be eating. So even though a fruit is delicious, the Diplodocus probably wouldn't have had a sweet tooth because, well, these teeth wouldn't be very good for eating fruits. Even soft fruits that we can think of, like bananas even. I like bananas, but even bananas have that hard peel to get through, and there's no way these peg-like teeth would have an easy time eating bananas. So what would a Jurassic Christmas tree look like? Well, it would be very green. It would be very prickly. It wouldn't be very exciting for us as humans, but for dinosaurs, it was everything they needed it to be. It was simple, it was to the point, it was nutritious, and, well, no frills attached. I doubt with a brain the size of a small walnut, this guy could understand the complexities of a fancy Christmas tree. So, one of the great things about studying all of this and working here at the Dinosaur Center is we find plant fossils, we find dinosaur fossils, but we can only do that through the combined efforts for our Dig for Days, for our Shovel Readies, through you coming here to help us with that work. And who knows what we might find? We might find a complete skull with peg-like teeth with Diplodocus. We might find plant fossils that actually stay preserved. We might find stuff even stranger than that. We might actually find that our Jurassic Christmas tree might look a little bit different. But the only way we can figure that out for sure is for you to get out here and join us. Not now, of course, it's all covered with snow, but during the summer, that's our bread and butter, trying to piece together more of these mysteries. But that's all the time we have for today. So until next time, this is Andrew at the Wyoming Dinosaur Center, keeping your Fridays Fossil Christmas.